was checking your live recordings online, and you know what really struck me is the opinions of people who would say, oh, is this too experimental, or is this too danceable? And I was like, wow, expectations, you know, like, and funny that I found the music very danceable.
Okay, thank you.
Even though it was experimental. How are you dealing with this kind of attention and expectation?
I don't really think about that kind of stuff. I just like, I have to get to a point where I enjoy it, like, and I want to listen to it repeatedly, you know, and that's me. I don't really think about, is this dance? Maybe a little bit, you know, because you don't want to like totally alienate people. Like if my output was a total reflection of what was going on in my mind, I would definitely alienate most people. You know, so there is some control, but you know, I don't really try not to think about it too much.
And this moment of reflection, what's going on in your mind? Does it happen before you prepared to your live set, or very much in the moment?
Well, this live set, like solo live, is like, it's like half prepared. So it's like a lot of mostly new material. Most of it's not like released or anything. So there's just like bits, and then it's like semi-improvised. So yeah. So there's a lot more thought goes into this kind of live set than what people used to see me do, because they used to see me like just improvising totally. So yeah, but it's still fairly new, this to me. I've been doing it a few times over the years, but this past year or so is really when I've been doing it quite a lot, and I'm still like in a learning process with it. You know, every set's different, and yeah, I'm always trying to like make it better. So I don't know. We'll see. Yeah.
I mean, once I see your workshops or explaining your setup, you come across very knowledgeable, and like that you can extract a lot with the minimum of instruments.
Yes. Yeah, but that's kind of my thing. Yeah. It's trying to make the most out of as little as possible. I think that's like one of the golden rules of music, really. I think a lot of people maybe, I don't know if they don't know, or if you know, I find if you tend to do too much of music, it's because you're nervous, or it's something's going wrong. Like if you manage to get to a place with music where you've got only 4 or 5 tracks in a project, or you're making something out of hardly anything, then you're obviously doing something right, you know, and that's what I try to approach it, you know. So try to do with as little as possible, the maximum amount of stuff. So it's like kind of
That's art, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Yeah.
Less and more, and ability to control yourself, to not do more when there are expectations from people or from yourself. So I guess.
I think the idea of like filling whatever it was, a DJ set or a live set, or when you're in the studio, filling it up, filling it. That's panic. You know, when you're panicking and you're in this panic mode, then there's something going wrong, and you're not really like connecting with like the creativeness. You're bringing something else into it, like you're bringing another mindset into it. It's not pure creative intuition. It's just panic. You know, so.
When was the last time you felt panic?
Oh yeah, if I panic, I leave the studio straight up. I am very strict with my studio time. I only do 4 hours a day, and as soon as I feel exhausted, I'm like, right, done, let's go, because you want it to just be pure intuition. You know, you don't want to be like forcing it, because like when it's forced, it's not real. It's just like, that's when you start copying other people, or like, you know, whatever. So,
yeah, that's that eternal dialogue of kind of recycling yourself,
yeah, exactly.
Or
yeah.
actually pulling something new and authentic that you can get excited.
Totally, yeah. Recycling is a good way of putting it, because that's what you do when you get exhausted and you panic. You recycle ideas, and you know, I try to avoid that like a lot. Yeah. So, yeah.
And how do you balance now? So you say, okay, 4 hours, and then I leave my studio. I mean, you used to have a farming situation going on back in Germany, but now you are...
Not for a while now.
Yeah. Not anymore.
No.
Okay, so where is the balance coming from?
Just pure willpower. Because, you know, a lot of the times I would like to stay in the studio, But I have a dog and I have some responsibilities, so like, you know, my dog is perfectly timed to want to go out every 4 hours, which is like, I've got it just right. So every 4 hours he'll come and scratch on my leg and I'm like, all right, then that's time to leave, you know. So that actually works really well, but yeah, you know, it doesn't work all the time. Sometimes I spend all day in there, but if I spend all day in the studio, for sure I don't get anything done. It's just cyclical panic.
Is your studio next to your home or it's a different location?
At the minute, I just left Berlin, so my studio, I still have a studio in Berlin, but I have a small project studio in Leeds, and I'm just working on that. But I'll be going to the studios in Excel Records. They have their own studio, so I'll be working there a lot at the minute until I basically manage to get a van to get my stuff from Berlin, because it's like the idea of packing my Berlin studio down is it's a huge task, because it's a big thing. So it's like it's giving me heart palpitations thinking about it, to be honest. So maybe for next year. So.
I was just talking to Mike Music and about being an electronic musician and performer, DJ, and having another job. It actually can really take the pressure and bring things in balance.
Well, I think, you know, it's a difficult one, because like the whole having a second job thing can be quite detrimental to somebody's like creative output. And I think if you want to make this your job, you definitely have to put your whole soul into it and your whole time, you know. But there will come points in somebody's life, like it did with me, where the music business was just eating me up, you know, like for various reasons, and a break from it is always good. And that's why I ended up going on working on a farm like before the pandemic happened, because I was done, you know. I was done. Like there was points where like if I had not been proactive in looking after my mental health, I would have quit and gone on and done something else, because music is my life, you know. But when it's having a detrimental effect to my health, then it's like bye. I don't feel like I owe music anything, or music owes me anything. It's just something fun that I feel lucky to do, you know. But I'm glad that I did the farming thing, because it really refreshed my batteries and made me realise how much I love doing this and how much I don't love working 15 hours a day. So I love doing it, but it really, because you know, I come from like a labouring background. Before I was a DJ, I was doing farm work or whatever, and yeah, so it was good to get that energy back, but I don't want to do it in the future. I cherish this work. Yeah.
Mental health. Are there some body-mind practices that help you to stay on track? Boxing.
Yeah. That's something that's really it's really the only thing that keeps me focused at the minute. Like you know, yeah, that's it really. I've tried yoga and loads of different stuff and it didn't really work, but boxing is the only thing that keeps me focused, you know.
Have you tried sound healing?
No, I haven't. I'm a very open person and I'm up to all sorts of stuff, you know.
Yeah, sometimes I think, you know, electronic music is also so much about vibrations and all these frequencies hitting our bodies in special way. But I had experience with like sound healing when instruments would be in a close contact with your body. I was like, okay, wow, that's rave times 10. So,
Well, you know, I was listening to a radio documentary about hypersonic sound. This is like sound above 40 and 50 kilohertz. You can't actually hear it, but it's essentially rainforest noises, insect noises, and they're doing research in Japan about how beneficial this is to your health. I've been meaning to look into that, because that sounds totally up my street. And there's a lot of guys in Japan who are doing like artificial hypersonic sound healing. And so
I got a link to those.
There's total link. It is a link, but like it's something that I've just heard buzzwords about. I haven't looked into it, but like when I was listening to it, I thought, I need to have a look at that, you know, because I think that there's definitely a reason why people are so much into like exploring sound, and I think there is a healing aspect to it. I'll be straight up honest, I don't think dance music's healing at all. I think it can be quite detrimental to a lot of people's health.
Maybe it's liberating, maybe it helps to take certain boundary structures away, and then you need to look somewhere else for healing.
Absolutely, but not on a physical sense. I don't think so. I think it's enjoyable and it's euphoric, and I love it. But I really don't. When people say it's like dance music, especially techno and stuff, it's healing to them. I can't understand that. But something like close contact vibrations and hypersonics like that I can get into, but like for me, like this is just pure indulgence. This sound design, and it's interesting. It's not like a healing thing for me. So, yeah.
No, I truly believe that it helps to take some boundaries down, but then the process of building up needs to happen, and that's maybe from somewhere else.
No, I feel like also a situation like this, it opens people up, It's like you crack open the flower and then it's just left to its own devices, and it's up to the flower where it takes it, What do? Do I really delve deep into these things, or do I go off and start taking loads of drugs? There's loads of different avenues that you can take, and that's what, if you walk around the festival, you'll see the paths that certain people have taken with this music and stuff, and it can be really a beautiful thing, but it can also be really detrimental to a lot of people. So it's an interesting melting pot, dance music. I think we're really lucky to experience it, and we really need to just look after certain people.
That's a very empathic attitude.
Yeah. You need to, like, that's why clubs these days are a lot better at that. It's like making sure like your fellow next to you is all right and stuff. But I think there needs to be more of that done. Definitely.
Wow, what a chat! Oh my God, I really like it. Right?
Yeah.
We just like nicely flow.
Free flow. Yeah.
Right?
So I'm probably chatting rubbish. Sorry.
This is it. We have it. Right. Unless you want to say something
No, I haven't got anything. No, I'm just chatting rubbish.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Thank you.